Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm doing a little tutorial of my dried flower nails. So if you follow me on Instagram you will have seen that I posted a set the other day where I did a set with dried flowers and a bit of silver flaky leaf stuff. And they were really pretty. I was really happy with how they turned out. They were really popular and they were quite easy to do. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to do a video of it and show you my method. So to start off with, I've got a base coat on already, and now I'm going in with Give Me Strength Peach, which is just like a strengthening gel. So you can use any builder gel you have. I like the ones that have a sort of peachy pinky tone to them, just so you can still see the natural nail through it, but then it also gives it a really healthy glow and really nice colour. So that's what I've done here. So I'll do 2 coats of that, cure them for 60 seconds each, and then we'll go into the dried flowers. These are the dried flowers that I bought. They're from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description box for you. And you get all 3 of these compartments. And it was about £6, I think, between £6 and £7, which I think is such a bargain. As you can see, you get loads. So this one, you have bigger flowers and some of the leaf. And then this is the flowers that I actually used in the design. And what I liked about these is they all have their own individual compartment, as you can see here. So if you're just working with one particular colour or flowers, you just need to open the one that you want to use, and it means that if you knock it or drop it off the table or anything, they're not all going to spill out everywhere, which I think was really good. So here I'm getting my cuticle nippers. I did have some stalk scissors, but I couldn't find them and I was just being really lazy, so I just picked up the closest thing to me, which was my cuticle nippers. And then I'm just using some tweezers to help me get it out the pot. They can be quite fiddly, so I just thought this was going to be easier, and it meant that I could hold it while I'm cutting the little flowers off. So on some of them I leave the stalks on because I think that looks really nice and natural in the design itself. And then some of them I just cut the flowers off, some of them I cut them in half so that there's some different sizes and shapes in there. It just looks really pretty in the design. But yeah, I do that with all the colours that I want to use, and then we'll jump back in after I've done that. So now what I'm doing is going in with a really thin layer of clear strengthening gel. So you could use a base coat, you could use a builder gel, but just make sure it's a really thin layer. You don't want to add too much bulk to this because we're also going to be encapsulating the flowers, so that's going to add more bulk to the nail anyway. So you just want it really thin. You literally just want this to be able to stick the flowers into, and so that you've got a layer that you can move around and just get the flowers how you want them. So I'm just using a dotting tool, and what I do is I just dab the dotting tool onto that nail to pick up a little bit of that gel, and then that means that it will pick up the flowers really easily as well. And then I'm just placing them where I think they look nice, pretty much. There's no real technique. You just want to make sure that the flowers are laying as flat as they can. So with this one, I don't know what the middle bit of the flower is called, but it was a bit bulky, so it meant that it didn't sit flat on the nail. So I just turned that round the other way so that it laid as flat as possible. I try not to put 2 of the same colour next to each other, but it really just depends what look you're going for. If you're looking for a really uniformed set where you've got 2 colours like alternating, then you might want to do that, but with this look I just wanted it to be really random, really natural looking, no particular uniformity, and just yeah, just really nice. So I just kept putting them on wherever I thought they looked nice. And the good thing with using a layer of gel as well is that if you do want to move these around, the gel will self-level and then fill all those little gaps where you have been moving them around. So it's really handy. I think some people have done it where they use the tacky layer of the gel, so they'll cure it and then the tacky layer that's left on top, they'll then put the flowers into that. But with that, if you want to move it around, once that tacky layer's gone, there's going to be no stick left on that nail. So that's why I like to use a wet layer of gel, because you can move it around as much as you want to get it looking perfect, and wherever you've moved it from, the gel will just self-level and fill all those gaps again. So now I'm happy with how those flowers are looking. I'm not curing it still, it's still just the wet layer of gel, and I'm going in with these flakes. They're just silver flakes. You can use silver leaf, you could use gold leaf, just any bit of sparkle. You could just use normal glitter, to be honest, just anything that you want to add. Looking back, I definitely overdid it with this. With the silver flake, it was way too much. So on my photos at the end, you'll see my other nails where I sort of held back a bit and it looks a lot better. So yeah, just don't go too crazy because you can overdo it. And yeah, just popping those on, and then once I'm happy with how the flake is looking, I then cure that for 60 seconds. So once I'm happy with how those flowers are looking, I cure that for 60 seconds, and now I'm going in again with the clear builder gel, and I'm doing a floaty layer over the flowers to really try and encapsulate them. I think I did do 2 layers, so I'll do a floaty layer as you're seeing here, cure that for 60 seconds, and then I'll go in with another thin layer just to give it as much encapsulation as possible, and then I cure that for 60 seconds. One piece of advice I would give is when you're doing the 4 fingers, try and do them all together, so that way you can see the set as a whole and make sure it's one whole complete set, if that makes sense, rather than doing one finger then moving on to the next. If you do them sort of all at the same time, you can make sure that it looks good when they're all finished, as you can see here. So just there I went in with prep and dehydrate, just remove that tacky layer, and as you can see they're pretty smooth apart from those last 2, which you can see a few little lumps and bumps. So then I'm going in with my 240 grit hand file. You can be really gentle, you don't need to do this harshly, and you just want to make them nice and smooth. So this is what they look like after they've been filed. I think they look really nice matte, so I did go in with a matte top coat right at the end, which I'll pop a photo, but for now I'm gonna keep them glossy. So I'm going in here with a top coat, just giving you another side view so you can see how nice and smooth they are now. And yeah, it's going in with a top coat, curing that for 60 seconds, and then I'm going in with my new favourite cuticle oil from Neba Nail Care, which is called Cocoa Beach. Oh, it's so nice. It smells like holiday. That's the only way I can describe it. If you've ever used the Hawaiian Tropic Sun Cream, it reminds me of that. Here it is. And it's in these really cute little droppers, so you can just drop a little blob on each finger, and they're just so nourishing, and oh, it just smells amazing. So I highly recommend these. I have got a discount code for them. If you wanted to get 10% off your order, I'll pop that in the description box for you. But yeah, just finish them off with cuticle oil, and that's the set done. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I really loved doing this set. They were so much fun and I absolutely loved how they turned out. So yeah, give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, comment which one you prefer, whether you prefer the glossy nails or the matte nails. I'll pop a photo at the end. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!